And for those who don't know, my name's Billy, and Billy Raggan, of all things. Hence the Raggy. People say, "What's your name?" And it's that Rag. Uh, hence Raggy's beer reviews. But no, it's in. Yeah, bloody is. I would have called myself anything else. But anyway, so from lowcostbeer.com. Lowcostbeer.com is a shop which is called the Smiling Grape out of St Neots in Cambridge, I think, near Peterborough. Yeah, somewhere near Peterborough. Yeah, in St Neots, cracking place to do draft beer from kegs. Some of it might be out of date, but trust me, I've never had one that's been dodgy. You know, and they also do cans beer. Some might be out of date. Some might be no, this is in date. Some might be bankrupt stock. There's lots of different reasons why. And you know, just at the start of lockdown, I came across low cost beer. And I was looking for out of date beers because it's a cheaper way of getting beers. And I come across this site and it's like, bloody hell, it's got loads of beers, cheap, from breweries I've never heard of. And it's like, I need to trigger the free delivery, because you always try and trigger free deliveries if you can. And the amount of beers, 23 different beers for 45 quid. Bearing in mind, you're not paying supermarket prices. You always got to understand that, you know. But yeah, the beers were decent, and I got a bargain. And a bargain is what we all like a bargain, don't we? So Fourpure Brewing, based out of London, and on the back it says, "Oceans, valleys, float or dive, paddle out beyond the reef, explore open water with a Maori chief." New Zealand, eh? Fly a kite in a gentle breeze, chase giant squids in stormy seas. Choose your adventure, drink good beer. Lost at Sea offers flavours of light oak, maple, rich dark chocolate and espresso. That didn't flow, did it? You've got that poemy bit and then it went into that, and it didn't flow. But hey-oh. So, Fourpure, 22 Bermondsey Trading Estate, London. The ABV on this fella is 9%. Oof. So, a maple imperial stout. First time ever, that I can remember at least, drinking it. So I've got my glass, I've got the can. Let's pour this bad boy out and see how it cooks. I do like a nice imperial. I'm partial to a nice imperial. I think imperials are my favourite style of beer, if I'm being honest. So, there we go. I like most imperials, not all by a long shot. Not the white imperials for certain. Black pour. A light tan head, very light. 5 ml tan head. Unmistakable aroma from an imperial, that the rich chocolate, a slight roastiness to this, the hint of maple as well, for definite. I've already forgot what it said on the can, so, and that is me all over, really. I'm bloody terrible. I'm so forgetful. Although not when it's a bad thing. I can remember bad things as easy as anything, or if someone's upset me, which luckily these days it doesn't happen. I'm in a job where it's all good. You can't fault a job where it's all good, can you? Every degree of the job is decent. Albeit on wet days like this, it wasn't great at work today in the rain, but and then with issues with shitty drains, but and I do mean shitty, but these things happen in life, don't they? Hey. For more on that, see my video two reviews ago, Lenton Lane, roll with it. Yes. But anyway, cheers all. Roasty, twangy, maple. Definite chocolate. I do like to do beer reviews from the beer room, especially when I'm not too drunk as well, because it enables me to pick out flavours better. I am hoping to pick a special beer up this Sunday. If there's any left, and review that in the beer room and do a proper review on it, where I can take my time to digest the beer. Don't get me wrong, it's great doing beer reviews from beer festivals and when you're off steaming, but the best beer reviews for me are always going to be in this beer room. You know, it is what it is, isn't it? You know, it's a space where I can concentrate on the beer, and especially when they're non-live as well. When they're live, I get a bit lost talking and saying hello to people. This is for me the creme de la creme. When I'm in here and I'm not, you know, I can just enjoy the beer, which is what we all want, don't we? We drink beers to enjoy them. It's not a contest to get drunk. You should never do that, really. Anyway, only drink what you can, you know, what you can really manage. Don't overdo it. All right, me saying that, I've been on a journey, you know, where I've drank too much and overindulged, and I'm getting better. Yeah, no one's perfect. None of us are we? Okay? There's no such thing as a perfect person. Every one of us drops the ball every now and again. If you think you're perfect, you're mistaken. Yeah. Whoa. So this is quite the twangy little fella. The maple, the smokiness, they're really battling each other's on this. Oh, I am extremely partial to an Imperial, I must admit. The only sad thing about most Imperials, because of the ABV, they're not cheap. But hey ho, you've got to think that the duty that goes on these beers is ridiculous. The government take a good wallop, you know, and the ingredients that goes in, the time that goes in. I know because I've asked beer makers, and they're telling me that, you know, Imperials are great for business. You know, they're showcase beers, but at the end of the day, the actual money made off an Imperial is actually very low, despite the high cost of most Imperials. Unless you've got mega brewing facilities and you can do silly brews. You know, if you've got smaller facilities, then it's more difficult, especially if you're doing something that's barrel aged. You know, you've got to have a lot of bloody barrels, you know, at the end of the day. And stuff like hops are expensive. This is something I learned with brewing the Wraggys Golden behind me. The cost of hops, it was eye-opening. You know, the amount of malt that goes into a brew, the cost of the hops, the cost of the water, you know, to heat the water, to go through the mash tun into the conditioning bit, then into the fermentation, you know, into the fermenter. And yeah, it's what was it called? The copper, the fermentation. I ain't got a clue. Yeah, I forget. You know, I'm sure it's called the copper. Mash tun, copper, conditioning tank, fermentation. Yeah, yeah. Someone's bound to call me out on it and say, you got it wrong, you twat. These things happen. Yep. It's not perfect. None of us are. But try and be a good person nonetheless. And that's all you can be, isn't it? You know, be the best. You know, rise above what's out there. be good to your family, good to your partner, you know. If you've got issues, speak to somebody, try and get them sorted, you know. That's what it's about in life. Hey, drink too much, talk about it, try and calm yourself down. It's not easy, never as easy said than done. If you've got drug issues, again, one, try and come off the drugs, because it's not good in the long run. But if you can't, lower it down, you know. Same with smoking. It's all the same, isn't it? You know, if you've got some sort of issue trying to come off it, it's like if you overeat, you know, and it's easy done. Binging on chocolates, McDonald's, you know, it's all lovely food, KFC. Probably KFC gives me the shits, but I don't know what it is with them spices. If it's, I have a KFC and then it's straight to the toilets afterwards. It's like, no, whoa, you'll clear out stuff. Get a nice bit of chicken, then you, yeah, to the toilet. Yeah, great for constipation. Anyway, been a nice chat. Enjoyed myself, you know, as you do. And done. I was thinking about beer reviews and that, and there was a time when I was doing a lot more like tangent beer reviews and just going off on totally off the track. And you know, I haven't done many of them for a long while, really. And I haven't done any drunken beer reviews for a bit as well, but I'm trying not to do them, you know, for obvious reasons. Now the air's getting to it. It certainly is a twangy little fella or lady, depending on who brewed it. And you know, if anybody from Fourpure actually watches this, please give us a shout and say hello. It's always interesting. I'm always curious to see if anybody from any of the breweries actually watch your videos, just to see what you're saying about their beer. It is, you know, as much as breweries like feedback on beer, you know, as long as it's constructive and not some idiot turning around and say, I'm giving this 1 out of 10 because it's rubbish. And you think to yourself, why is it rubbish? You know, what's your constructive feedback? And, you know, I mean, I've had a few beers. I've had about 2 or 3 beers in all the beers I've reviewed that were genuinely woeful. And I was a bit overly critical. But the vast majority of the time, I try and do it in the right way. But not to be, you know, use any internet power to make myself, and there's no need for it, you know. You can destroy people's businesses by being an arse just to make yourself look popular, and it's not how it is it? You know. And I don't care if in some ways I'm calling other beer reviewers out, because if it's the general consensus that a beer is bad, then I totally and utterly agree with that. If a beer's bad, it's bad. Audi released a couple of shockers last summer, and every single, not only beer reviewers but friends of the community, it was an absolute, everybody was slating it. And to be fair, I reviewed a later release which actually they must have sorted out some of the issues. It wasn't by no means a great beer, but they sorted out the issues. And yeah, there's no need to be a drama queen, I don't think, anyway. Although there are times when certain companies have needed to be called out. The Cadbury's cream egg debacle, where Goose Island had like 500 cans. You're a big brewery like Goose Island, you could have had 50,000 cans that have all sold of that Cadbury's Cream Egg Stout. And yeah, and that was just a promotion stunt, but that got called out. You know, people in the community called it out. And in that respect, I wholeheartedly agree with calling bad practices out. But there's a way to do everything without being an arse. You know, simple as that. Anyway, go on with the beer. Get back on subject. I want to apologise. I do go off tangents at times. Do I care that I call people out? No, not really. No. Will they call me out? Possibly. Can't win them all, can you? You know, sometimes in life, you know, sometimes we all at times need putting in our place. You know, if we're being dickheads, for want of a better word, but if we're being muppets, dickheads, whatever, you know, whatever word you want to say, if someone puts you in your place, you say, fair dues, mate, I was wrong. And there you go. You can't fault that, can you? Anyway, cheers all. Let's crack on. So, a challenging Imperial Stout. The maple element, the twanginess, the roasty, smoky element. Chocolate as well, obviously. But that battle with the maple, it is a twangy. You know, it's one that's going to test your taste buds. And it's very interesting. Whether it's everyone's cup of tea or not. Is every beer everyone's cup of tea? No, not really. So, black pour, light tan head. For me, would I drink it again? No, because I've done it once, and that for me is all I need to do it. As an Imperial Stout goes, yeah, the ABV 9% did show up. Out of 5, for me, I thought it was a good beer. I had issues only because I'm not really a big fan of maple in a lot of ways, but that's me. I got the taste, it did exactly what it says on the tin, and for that you can't fault it. For me, out of 5, a good 4.2 out of 5. So, but yeah, very enjoyable, well worth trying. You know, you've got to try beers, haven't you? You've got to expand your area of taste, as it were. And that's it for this beer review. Thank you everyone for watching and listening to some bloke waffling on, talking rubbish and whatever else. Cheers everyone. See you soon. Tomorrow night even. Yay.